6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Welcome to this week's edition of Skip the Tutorial, #1 video game podcast in Animal Crossing. I'm one of your hosts this week, Bryant Chucky Daniels. And joining me across the universe on Skype is none other than Todd the Void Fortner. What's going on, man?
I love the chuckle. I got you a little bit.
You did. You did. I ain't gonna lie. Man. You did.
I am all right. I'm all right. Now that so I shook some of the off a little bit in the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long day. We doing one of those Friday nighters instead of Saturday mornings, but I'm good, man. I'm doing great, actually. All things considered, brother. Other than this list this week that you chose,
I don't know
that
why.
sounded like a good idea on short notice.
It did.
You know, but hey, you know what? But thank you though, because at least you came up with the fucking idea this week, and it's a great idea. But I'm gonna say it up front. This is definitely hopefully we get a couple of memes out of this.
Fingers crossed.
From our collective tribe.
It's going to be a weird one. So this week, me and Todd are talking top 7 crossover games we wish to see. Top 7 crossover games we want. I'm going to be real honest. My list is real fucking weird, and I'm okay with that. I'm really okay. It's real strange.
Well, not only is mine throw, also, I mean, I kind of cheated. I'm a caveat. I didn't tell you this before, but my list, there's at least one game on here that already exists. I just have to put it on my top 7 list because it exists.
Fair.
That's how much I love it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like it.
But now, man,
I like it.
That's what it is. I guess.
Yeah, it is. Hey, we got one shout out real quick. I got a shout out on Reddit. Username touched my tralala. I love that username. So somebody, I was just browsing online on Reddit, whatever, and I was looking for mentions of Skip the Tutorial. I was trying to get some clips stuff together, and somebody had actually somebody asked in the gaming podcast, recommend me some gaming podcasts, and Touch My Tralala actually said Skip the Tutorial. He said he or she said, I'd describe them as a quality amateur podcaster who takes a casual approach. They are a pleasure to listen to when they're on subjects you appreciate. They seem to have an active community they interact with if you dive deeper. So thank you, Touch to My Tralala. And yes, we do. We interact with our community.
And I'm glad.
A lot.
I'm glad he gets it. You dive deeper. You want to get, below the surface. That's where you really see what it is, man. For real, man. And shout out to the Patreons, man. For real, man. Motherfucking, man. Yeah, man.
I love it.
But I don't know, man. But you feeling good? You feeling all right? Good, good day, good week.
Yeah, man. Now that we're recording, I'm relaxed. I know it's getting closer to like dinner time tomorrow. We're gonna get a bunch of stuff done. So yes, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna tell my wife on Sunday we are not doing anything. We are staying at the house all day Sunday. I ain't going anywhere. That is just the reality. But yes, life is good. You want to get this list? You want to get this list kicked off?
Yeah, because I don't know. I think it was thrown off because I thought we was going to do the intro, like the other shit that we do.
Oh,
but
yes.
We can go ahead and get this.
No, let's do the intro first. He said quality amateur podcasters. Get used to it, motherfuckers.
Hey, man. Hey, this is the beauty of editing magic.
I ain't editing
We don't have to have the pressure.
No pressure.
There it is for you. There's an edit point.
That ain't happening. It's staying. But yes, if this is your first time joining us, this is Skip the Tutorial. We're a video game show. Todd and I get together every week to talk about video games with news and a roundtable. Sometimes we do a top 7. This week is a top 7. Top 7 crossover games we'd love to see. That's how it goes. That's it. Top 7 with one caveat. One of these games already exists. So enjoy. Bitches.
At least.
Can we still say bitches?
I mean, I don't know, man. That's the world we live in nowadays. Somebody will probably come out with a goddamn article and try to pull up your fucking comments from MySpace and get your fucking fired from Taco Bell.
I mean, that was possible. Nobody gets fired from Taco Bell. It's Taco
John
Bell.
Gruden's the reason why I don't play Madden anymore. It's not just because my friend passed away.
Oh,
that no lip having motherfucker.
Oh god.
Anyway,
Todd, why don't you get us started with your number 7?
I like John Gruden, man. I like John Gruden until I found out that shit. But yeah, number 7. My fault, man. My number 7. So I'm gonna start my list out with Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. I also caveat this list with I cheated on this one because this is one that I actually pulled from Mojo from a long time ago that I wanted to see my goddamn self. I didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Putting it any higher because of that reason, but it was such a good idea, and I'm such a fan of that series. Yeah, like playing it through and through, and the fact that it like I hadn't paid attention to like the subtle fact that Bayonetta does use demons, and Devil May Cry. The whole idea of it is fighting Devil May Cry. So coming out on the list, I was like, shit, that'd be something. Good. That'd be real good. Yeah, that is just one of probably the more natural fits, being that it's pretty much the same developers and. You know, it's in the same kind of genre, and that's just my shit. And I gotta have that kind of game. So, yeah, Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. I love it. That's gotta be on this as well as it's a favorite crossover idea for a game. I dig it, man. That's awesome. That's a great idea. That's really like it's two perfect games that are similar in nature. Like they need that crossover. They really do. That'd be fantastic. My number 7's a little bit weirder. I'm going to be real honest. I went a little bit off the rails with this one. I put Resident Evil meets Stardew Valley. So a farming sim, in my mind, where at night you have to go explore the town next door and it's filled with zombies and terror and all sorts of things that are creepy. I would love that concept. I would spend hundreds of hours playing a game just like that. Just like that. Resident Evil meets Stardew Valley. I want to see it. I don't care. I want cute sprites and terror. That's all I want in my life. Don't you understand how fucked up I am? That's my number 7. What is your number 6, Todd? That sounds amazing. I don't know. I've never played Stardew Valley. So it's a great game. I love Stardew Valley. I'm going to just keep the list rolling this week with the game that I was talking about. That actually exists in real life. Yes. And that game, if I'm gonna be fair and honest, and people can shit on this, but fuck it, it's Injustice. Yes. Nether Realms. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just with the customability. It's not the greatest fighting game in the world for fighter fans. It's not the most balanced involved. But as far as like crossover ability with the shit that they kind of came up with in that universe, in that game, it already exists, and it's like a great example of a great sign of a time to be alive when I could even do some shit like play that type of game. So yeah, we can keep it rolling. That's my number 6. I love it, dude. I love it. My number 6 is The Simpsons meet Ratchet and Clank. I love the Simpsons games, right? All of the hit and runs and the Bart's Nightmares and stuff. But I love the idea of putting The Simpsons into a 3D digital cartoon world and a platformer. And I think if anybody could do it, Insomniac Games could do it. And I think they could make it an absolute blast. Especially if they use the same design team from Ratchet and Clank and make it very cinematic like the current one. That's all I kept thinking about when I was playing Ratchet and Clank is how much I love the old ones, but how much I felt like I was playing through like an adult cartoon with the new one. And just how like beautiful that was and just a kind of an amazing experience. And I'd love the idea of like a Simpsons world like that, where like you're playing as Bart or Homer and it's filled with the characters and there's humor. Because the Simpsons Hit and Run is like one of my favorite games of all time. Like it just purely is. And so something like that for me would be absolutely amazing. That is my number 6. Anything Simpsons is dope. You know, right? I dig it. That's fire. All right, keeping it moving. It's one of my favorite games this year, man. It's one of my favorite games from last year, and I would like to see them together. It's another easy fit. It's kind of like the Bayonetta and Devil May Cry, but it would be Scarlet Nexus and the Astral Chain. Hell yeah. Though I mean, it's almost that one almost feels like cheating too, just because they kind of they're similar in so many ways, but there's so many aspects even with as far as storytelling is concerned and how you could kind of blend those two worlds together. Just with the some more detective aspects that you could pull from Astral Chain, and some of the more, I mean, the combat from Scarlet Nexus is the reason why it's on the list in general. Period. It's some of my Scarlet Nexus's combat is just some of my favorite combat. Period that I've played that personally. So, you bringing a little bit more of the slowing down storytelling from Astral Chain, but still have that. That was I like the story basically a little bit better with Astral Chain in the way it was told. I mean. Than Scarlet Nexus per se, but I still need to finish fucking Scarlet Nexus completely. But those will be the two games that I would want to see meshed together for sure. So yeah, that's my number 5.
I dig it, man. I dig it. My number 5 is really it's Wolverine meets Yakuza. Like Wolverine in the Yakuza universe, because they already have all these weird ass special phenomenal powers in the Yakuza universe. And I think if you put Wolverine in there, especially with his history with Japan and like his like freaking like that whole Wolverine story from the omnibus and like those first issues with his lady love, Makako, like that would just be what kind of perfect match in heaven? That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Especially Wolverine. He's insane. Like,
well, and that fits the lore. You know, that would be my favorite game probably. That might have, if that game existed, it may, and they did it right, it might overtake God of War for me. Right? No, that's an amazing idea. Right?
Love it.
If they use the physics from the Wolverine game that they based on the movie where they had the healing factor just right but better, yeah, great idea.
That's what I want. That's what I want. What is your number 4?
I had to kind of backwards deconstruct this one, but Halo and Mass Effect.
Yes.
Mixing those worlds in some way. Like, you know, Cortana and Master Chief in the same universe existing as Shepard. That's like not the easiest thing to pull off, but it is kind of the easiest thing to pull off. I think it would be like one of the most amazing games ever if they would find a way to kind of blend them together. Like, if, you know, Master Chief and Shepard were able to link up and maybe you can switch back and forth and play like a GTA style almost.
That would be
in a fucking, you know, in a Milky Way galaxy where, you know, the storylines start to converge. I think it's just, as much as I just love Halo so much, man. I'm very excited about Halo coming out, and I mean, it's a reason why I paired it with Mass Effect, which is one of my favorite games of all time, by far. Easily.
Man, I can dig it. I like it. I not only like it, I kind of love it. Like, I love the that would be so cool. Okay. My number 4. I kind of like put this up to a generalization, but I want a DC Marvel crossover game. And I'm not talking about like a fighting game. I'm talking about like an open world RPG with DC and Marvel characters. Like, because they use that in the comics when they bring them together, or occasionally the comic books will cross over. But I'd love to interact as those characters. Like, you could make it a limited selection. But I really just thought in my mind, I was like, I just want Man-Thing to meet Swamp Thing. Like, that's it. Like, that's, I want a fight between Man-Thing and Swamp Thing. That would be so cool. If you could do DC and Mortal Kombat, do DC and Marvel. Like, bring those together. Like, make it super weird. Captain America, bring him in, talking to Superman. And then, you know, Captain America and Superman, or really anything, any crossover. That'd be dope. Batman, like, bring Batman in there. I mean, you'd have to have the big names. Batman and Wolverine talking. That would be an amazing conversation. I'd love to hear both of them. Like, that's just, it's a weird thought, but I love the idea.
Not as weird as you think, man. Not as weird as you think. I'm proud of you getting through this list. That's a good idea. Those healthy choices. So yeah, my number 3.
Yes.
I'm cheating again. It's another game that actually exists, but I really don't give a fuck because it's up there. It's from, like, I'm grateful for some things that exist. I'm old, bro. I'm gonna be old this year. I'm old. It's over.
We're both old.
So I gotta start appreciating shit that actually exists as well. And I wanted to take it off my list for something spicier, but Marvel versus Capcom.
Hell yeah.
The series, the
Hell
entire series. Not only that, like I thought I was gonna shit on Infinite, I believe, but it was somebody. I don't want to misquote who it was here, but it was somebody in the tribe. It might have been Dewey. Fuck it. And he was just somebody was just like, nah, you need to check the game out. At least check it out. And I at least checked it out, and I was like, all right, man. And it's the entirety of the whole series. As far as crossovers, to me, arguably, the reason why I had to be on this list because you could argue that for me personally, it's the best crossover ever. Period. That they've done. Series wise.
Absolutely.
So that's my number 3.
I freaking love it, dude. I mean, it really is, dude. It really is. I mean, it's one of the best of all time. Like, I mean, how much time did we spend in the arcade playing that, and then on home console too?
Versus Wolverine.
Yes.
Captain America versus Spider-Man. Venom versus, all the man. I mean, it's one of those series where when I thought about it, we were talking about this. It's just the arcadey person in me, the cider cave grown up in me.
Yes.
Like, it's one of those arcade boxes. Like, that's one of the ones, man. You get, I'll still put a quarter in that motherfucker to this day. Pretty much any of them. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So that's my number 3.
I love it.
Listiono.
My number 3.
Shout out Orlando.
Yes. My number 3 is. My number 3 is 2 of my favorite RPGs of all time. It's Final Fantasy and Persona. Come on, you did Final Fantasy and Disney characters. How about do Final Fantasy and some real adult characters? Mix Final Fantasy up with Persona. I want to see that. I want to see Cloud versus Joker. Or Cloud and Joker teaming up. And then the Final Fantasy characters be like, what are Personas? We got swords, bitch. Like, that's what I want to see. It'd be awesome. It'd be amazing. That'd be fantastic. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. Atlas is way too protective over their brand.
Say never, sir.
That's true.
That's when they lock you down.
That is
great choice.
Thank you. What is your number 2?
Sonic the Hedgehog and Ratchet and Clank. Now listen, there's been several Sonic the Hedgehog cocaine jokes told on this show.
There has. It's just been a long time.
Yeah. Because I mean, he goes fast. We've talked about it. We already know what it is. So it's time to peek his head up again. He's one of my favorite all-time video game characters. Period. Like when we went to go get tattoos, I was this close to finally getting my Sonic tattoo of importance. Just for the fact that we have called him a cokehead 1,000 times on this motherfucking show, because that's how he goes fast. Ratchet and Clank, as a platformer, is a fucking beautiful game. Especially, I'm still on a high from the PS5 version of it. I think it would be the most difficult game in the world to ever create. And I have no idea how they would sustainably like actually cross it over. In fact, this was the hardest game I could try to, in a way, like for them to properly do it, because I don't think they ever really. I need to play the new Sonic Colors, I believe, or whatever. So I need to preface that.
I love it.
They always right. I mean, okay. Since you played that, would it be that hard to? I would imagine that it would just be still hard to mix those two characters together.
I mean, I think it may be difficult, but I think there's a way you could do it. Especially, like, I think more of, like, Sonic Adventure Sonic. Like, going back to that version of Sonic. Like, I think you can 100% mix that up. Like, and make it very successful. Like, I think those characters...
I just feel like they need to... Yeah, they just need to be together. As far as, like, platformers and just that kind of game in the happy place. Good, whatever. The ages 7 to 70 games. For me personally, you got to put Sonic in there. And I just had to mash that with Ratchet and Clank. Almost similar. As soon as I heard you with the Simpsons and the Ratchet and Clank, I was like, we're in the right place with Ratchet and Clank if there's any tying theme. But yeah, that's my number 2. Sonic the Hedgehog and Ratchet and Clank do some shit. Rift in time of cocaine.
Rift in time of cocaine. I love cocaine.
On cocaine.
On cocaine.
Sonic
you have to be on cocaine.
Starring Jim Carrey.
I can't wait for the sequel. My number 2. 2 of my favorite platformer shooters, crossovers of all time. I'd love to see Mega Man and Metroid. I really would. Put 2 of them mother together. like Mega Man and Metroid together. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's Samus going into Mega Man's world and having to fight freaking what's his name? I can't think of it, Dr. Wily, or if you send Mega Man into Metroid Samus's world to fight the Metroids. Like, I don't give a shit. Do something. That would be dope as hell. That'd be so cool. That's what I want in life. That's what I want. I want dope shit. That's really what I want. Because my life is dope and I do dope shit, but I also want dope shit. But yes, that's my number 2. Mega Man and Metroid.
That's how you keep it dope, motherfucker. Now that's tight. As the kids would say.
That's tight.
Let me stop fucking
Keep
around,
it tight.
Get straight. That's the bee's knees. You heard me? I don't even know what fucking languages I'm
That's
fucking
the
talking.
bee's
Thank you
knees.
if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Shout out Shanice. I'm sure you're not listening at this point, but we appreciate you and all the listeners. Number 1, though, for me, this is a simple one. This should be easy. My number 1 game that I've been wanting to see crossover forever is Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to put a whole bunch of shit like Ghost of Tsushima and God of War, or Ghost of Tsushima and Ninja Gaiden, which is like actually a dope idea. But if I was honest with myself, why don't we have a Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct game that's existing right now? As much as I appreciate Marvel vs. Capcom, I don't know. I need to look into do some research on why that hadn't happened. Because I feel like, especially with what Mortal Kombat has done and what NetherRealm has done with bringing in characters like the Ninja Turtles and Aliens and all this other kind of shit, like that, it's time for Jago.
That just seems perfect, dude. Glacius.
It's just a perfect fit for Mortal Kombat. Glacius, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's Inferno.
It's
and
Inferno,
the Wolf nigga,
yeah.
Saberwolf. Right, and Chief Thunder. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's fucking socially acceptable anymore in this world of
dope fucking
trans
fighter.
men of color and shit. Yeah, that, you know, but yeah, Mortal Kombat being one of my pound for pound favorite fighting game, just off GP. And Killer Instinct being one of those games, it's just like an all-time fighter, and being that, you know, it's been so many years where those games just need to mesh together. They had to be my number 1 on this list. There's a whole bunch of other shit down here that gets weirder, but that's my number 1. That's pretty much what I got, sir. What do you have?
Man, I just wanted to say that would be a fantastic game. I'd like to see, this isn't on my list, but I would like to see a triple crossover of Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, and Eternal Champions. Bring them all 3 in. Bring all 3 in. Used to love Eternal Champions on the Sega Genesis. Because that was the Walmart Mortal Kombat. That was, according to my mom, the church-friendly Mortal Kombat. It was more violent than Mortal Kombat. What? I don't care. It was good. My number 1. Anybody who's listened to this show long enough knows this joke. And I still stick by it because it's effing true. Animal Crossing meets GTA. That's all I want in my life. That's all I want in my life. Animal Crossing and GTA. I want to be cute, fuzzy characters killing other cute, fuzzy characters. That's all I care about. Happy Tree Friend style. Saw blades. Yakuza swords. Machine guns, rockets, tanks. Cyanide. Give me some acid. I just want to see a bunny melt. Don't take that out of context. I'm in an animated bunny, not a real life bunny. If you didn't watch Happy Tree Friends growing up, I feel sorry for you. It's the best. Go look at it. They used to play it on TV. It was fantastic. It was amazing. All the death, it was hilarious. Remember when we used to laugh about cute animals dying, Todd? At least cartoon animals. Real life animals is sad. Cute cartoon animals killing each other, though, fantastic. It's the best. It's the absolute best.
I knew it was coming on the list. I just appreciate you staying true to yourself. I blanked out too because I knew that was coming because that's consistent, and I feel like you put it in the universe is going to actually make that happen before we cross over into the next dimension. But when you started talking about Eternal Champion and it being a Christian version of Mortal Kombat, yes. I got to shout out. He not gonna listen. He might listen to this one. I might tag the motherfucker in it so he can put a point. But that is the reason. Boss Man Tribe posted a video today of a man breaking away from chains and said, "This is why I'm an atheist, and it's one of the funniest things in the world." And that was what I thought about when you brought up that example.
Are you talking about that dude online? I've seen that guy. He's just like, he does this thing. He's like, from the power of God, I'll crush this soda can. And I was like, it's aluminum, bro. I'm confused.
But anyway,
that's been this week's episode. If you made it this far, thanks for listening.
What y'all crossovers are. Right. Again, please, seriously, crossovers. It's a lot of that shit going on lately, and people getting banned for talking about that. So, but anyway, like, whatever your crossovers are,
yes,
in the games you like, let us know, because we definitely gonna need to read them. I know this list is gonna be some lists way better than mine.
Man, that's what I'm thinking.
Like, objectively speaking, that's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah.
That's been this week's edition of Skip the Tutorial. Check us out at skipthetutorialpodcast.com. Let us know your list at STT_pod at Twitter, Facebook.com/skipthetutorialpod, Instagram.com/skipthetutorialpod. You can also join the tribe on Facebook if you search out Skip the Tutorial Tribe. It's a private group, but all you got to do is request membership. Here's the hint. We let anybody in unless you catch shit with your own hands. You ain't getting in.
Yeah, I mean, right. It is an inclusive group. You can be whatever you are. You are welcome.
That's right.
Except shit catcher.
Shit catcher is just not cool. It's just not cool. I'm just saying, it's not cool.
I mean, unless you're a baby. If you're listening and you're a baby,
yeah, it's true. If you're listening and you're a baby, I question the adult who's allowing you to listen.
Yeah. That's a problem. Never mind, you're a shit catcher right now, so you can't listen because this is beyond the rating system. I forgot. So yeah, yes. The rule still stands. And so shall it be. Shout out to all the bootyists and all things come together like
booty
motherfucking
cheeks.
Booty sheets. Shout out to homie Stacy. It's her birthday today, and that's where that saying comes from. Good night, Russia and Cambodia, and Taiwan. And
yes.
Good night, Canada and Mexico
and Sangria Swirls. It's not a country.
Korea?
It's a drink. Yeah, I mean, we're all over. We're international. We're international superstars.
The Americas, good night. Yeah, nah, bro. Superstars, like, put your fingers under your fucking...
We're that kind of superstar. Right. Yes.
I'm dragging it out, man. I'm taking out your time. My bad. But what it's like we always say.
Before we sign off,
stay humble.
Good night, Cambodia. We're actually on the Cambodian iTunes charts.
New Orleans. Fucking Elon Musk shooting up fucking rockets. Fucking Jeff Bezos penis rockets all in the sky.
It's beautiful. Stay humble.